I'm Christian Lamichka for Country Music News International. Today on the show we have Collin Raye. Collin, welcome to Country Music News International.
It's good to be back. Thank you for being here.
Collin, we met each other a couple of times, so what happens to you since the last time we met each other?
Well, some big things in my life. The last time I talked to you, my little granddaughter was really ill, and we lost her since then. She passed away and from a neurological disorder she'd been fighting for a long time. And that really obviously affected us personally in a huge way, but also we created a foundation in her name, and I've been working on that a lot. Been working on my autobiography, which is something I never thought anyone would ever ask me to do. But we have a book coming out in May. It's a story of my life, very much a music business anecdote, a lot of behind-the-scenes stories I think fans will enjoy, famous encounters and whatnot. But also it's kind of an inspirational book, I think, talking about surviving. Not just a really rough business and the ups and downs and roller coasters of this business, but also the ultimate loss when you lose a child. And my story seems to be helping other people deal with things like that. So hopefully the book will be well received. Also recording, just about to finish a brand new album, which is a tribute to Glen Campbell, one of my all-time heroes. I've been friends with Glen for over 20 years, and everyone knows he has Alzheimer's. I'm starting to, drift that way a little bit, and I've always wanted to do this, and I thought the time is now while he can still appreciate it and feel the love in the album that we put in there for him. And I love Glen to death, and it's a really good record.
So, was it a hard job to picking up songs for the album?
No. Well, yes and no. I mean, he has so many to choose from, and we thought, well, 12 is a good round number. And so we wrestled around with it. The first 7 or 8 are obvious. You got it, and then the other 5 or 6 you have to choose around. But we wound up with 12 that I think cover the spectrum of all the signature songs he has. Gentle on My Mind, Wichita Lineman, Rhinestone Cowboy, By the Time I Get to Phoenix, etc. Galveston. But then Southern Nights. But then also a few more of the obscure ones that, for the real Glen Campbell fans, the real diehards, like Where's the Playground Susie and Diary of an Everyday Housewife, or Dreams of an Everyday Housewife, True Grit, the theme from True Grit. So it was such a labor of love to make. We're almost finished with it, and it's spectacular, if I say so myself, because you're dealing with great songs.
I think it's a hard job when you come up with a tribute album by covering songs from someone else. Doesn't the fan say, okay, it doesn't sounds like the original? I think that's a very hard way to go.
Yeah.
So
well, it's a tightrope you got to walk, it's slippery slope, as they say, because you want to be loyal and faithful to the original. You don't want to make it sound like a different song, but yet you want to create ownership of it as well to make it like, oh, this isn't Glen. My voice is similar to Glen's on these, and so that's one thing he's one of the guys I tried to emulate growing up. But we changed the keys on him, changed the arrangements a little bit, but primarily we changed the instrumentation. A lot of those records were done in like 69, 70, 71. There's big, huge, sweeping string, everything. Even Rhinestone Cowboy has a full orchestra brass. Instead, we did it more bluegrassy with more mandolin, fiddle, dobro, acoustic guitar, which makes it more organic. I think that's because many of those songs really lend themselves to that treatment. Okay. That helps a lot. And then I think for me, because some of the songs are so old, not only is it a tribute to Glen, but these songs need to be heard by another generation. I mean, everybody on earth should hear Galveston and Wichita Lineman. Those are just some of the best songs ever written. Jimmy Webb wrote both of those. But I mean, Gentle on My Mind, these are time capsule Shakespearean type songs, And so I feel like when you're dealing with songs of that level, all you got to do is make it sound fresh, new, the fidelity of modern recording as opposed to the recording in the 60s and 70s. That's going to be a benefit. But primarily, it's just great songs. So I'm hoping people will see it as, okay, good voice. We know Collin Raye, good voice, great songs, winner.
Cool. So, Collin, if the fans like to request the book, the CD, and anything else, what do they have to do?
Well, you can go to my website, collinraye.com. I'm actually getting very active on Facebook. I know it's taken me a while because I'm really slow when it comes to technology, but I'm actually being, you'll be able to get everything off my Facebook page for folks who prefer to do that. Of course, iTunes will have the music. The album is going to be a Cracker Barrel. distributed record. It'll be at all the Cracker Barrels. Now, internationally, we'll be getting those out different ways because Cracker Barrel's pretty much an American company, but we're retaining the rights internationally to get it out there. I personally think the Glen record's going to do really, really well in Europe because he has a lot of fans over there. And what I have learned from my trips to Europe is the country music fans there aren't about what have you done lately, the marketing that we get inundated with here in the United States. Here it's here today, gone tomorrow. Over there, if they like you, they like you, and if they think you're good, you're good. And I appreciate that about them. It's like America used to be 30 years ago, you know. And so the same with the book, though. The book will be released on Ignatius Press, so that will be worldwide. They have worldwide distribution, and again, that comes first. The book will be out the 1st of May. The Glen album probably won't be out till the third quarter, so probably August.
So, folks, you know what you have to do when you like to request a book, CD, or anything else, or stay here on Country Music News International to have fun and find the latest news about what's going on with him. Have a good one. Stay safe.